Hey everyone, I'm here in the Santa Monica Mountains in the Malibu area, and in this video I'm going to show you how to hike to Escondido Falls. It's a fun, pretty easy hike, just under 4 miles, but you're going to go to a 50-foot waterfall in a hidden canyon. It's covered in moss, very, very cool. The only thing that's tough about this is parking, and I'll talk about the parking on the guide, on Hiking Guy, so check that out if you're not familiar with the channel. There's a link to that right underneath the YouTube video, so go there before you come here. And if you're liking the video, if you could do me a big favor and click the little thumbs up, it's an easy way to say thank you, so thank you for that. And yeah, let's hit the trail. Okay, so the parking's just off of the PCH, but it's a little bit tough. It's a small lot and there is a fee. You can park across the street, and I'll talk about that again in the guide, but we're gonna just head up to the other end of the parking lot and start heading up this dirt path along the road, which is called Winding Way. And you'll see that there are trail signs here. It says, please stay on the trail. Kind of a trail, more like a dirt sidewalk, but we are gonna wind through this neighborhood in the beginning of the hike. There's a couple points where the trail will cross the road. You can see basically the trail runs out on one side and goes to the other side, and there was a little trail sign there. It's all pretty easy to navigate. Just watch out for cars and be respectful that it is a neighborhood. Now there are driveways, and some of them can be confusing. We're basically going to go straight up the road. Anything off to the side or jutting off of this road is a private driveway, even if it's open. When you get up a little bit, you're going to get some nice views of the ocean, the same views that these homeowners get as we go up here. And in about 3/4 of a mile, we're going to come up to the top of the hill. Now there's a sign for the park straight ahead there. That's not the start of the trail. The start of the trail is actually down the hill a little bit, and you're going to look for this big sign here, the Edward Albert Escondido Canyon Trail and Waterfalls. And now the trail starts, and we're going to do this little downhill here on the trail. And once you come in, there's another little sign. There's no fires or anything. This can be a really dry area, so I want to be careful with that. But we're going to keep going downhill, and at the very bottom of the hill, we're going to make the hard left and kind of double back to go up Escondido Canyon. And here you can see we make the hard left, we go through here, and we come back up, and there's a little trail sign pointing us in the right direction. Now from here on out, we're going to go up along Escondido Canyon Creek, and we're actually going to cross it, I think, about 4 times. And the crossings aren't tough. Maybe if it just rained, it could be raging, but usually you can just kind of hop across. And this area is beautiful. It's very lush, as you would imagine, from the water flowing through here, but really, really nice. There are some small side trails, including this bigger one here by the oak. We're going to keep going straight up along the creek, and the falls is up along the creek, which makes sense. We come up to this T-junction. There's a little trail back to the left. We're going to go right and continue up along the falls as we go up here, and you can see it's definitely easy to follow. You can also see some evidence of the Woolsey fire in 2018, which was huge in this area, closed down for a while. Now as you get closer, if you look up in that little notch, if there's water flowing in there, that's the upper falls, or the upper falls over there. We can't get to those anymore. You used to be able to go to those, but we can't go there anymore. But you can kind of take a look from here. If you have a long lens on a camera, you can take a picture. But eventually, after 1.5 miles or so, a little bit longer, you're going to get down to the waterfall area. And these are lower falls, and this is as far as you can go. But you can go right up to the waterfall, and you can see there's some water flowing here. It is dry a lot of the time, but it will flow after a rain, or in the winter and spring, you can see it flowing. So just enjoy the fall. You can go up there, you can touch it. It's all, I think, limestone and some moss on there. And that's the hike. You're just going to turn around and go back the way you came from here, and enjoy the falls. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. All right, so here's the hike. It's basically an out and back hike. We're going to go up through the neighborhood, and then hop on the trail right here, and then go up to Escondido Falls. Escondido being the word for hidden in Spanish, hidden canyon, hidden falls, and definitely feels like that. But from the parking area, This is kind of the trickiest part, and there's a small lot right here. When you pull off, you basically pull up and then pull down into the lot. You can see the cars right there. Now, if this is full, you can park along the street. You can see some cars here. There are no parking areas, so be careful. And the PCH is really, really busy, so when you cross, it's a little bit of a stretch, so be careful there as well. And you can see we're following winding way up along its path. You cross the road here, follow it all the way up to the top of this hill. And this is where that other sign was. It can be a little tricky. You might think there's a trail here, but there's not. We're going to go down, and then this is the start of the trail right here. Now we're going to go down this hill, make that hard left, and now we're going up through Escondido Canyon. Pretty straightforward from this point. We're going to go up here. This is where that little turn was, where there was a trail going back. There's not much of a trail down there, but it can be a little tricky. We're going to keep going up until we get to the waterfall right here, and this is the end. Now there is an upper falls, and if you look at an older guide, you might hear about them. They're right up here. This area past here is private property, and the park and the rangers have asked me to ask you to please not go up there. It's really dangerous. It's really steep. Before they closed it off, it was definitely the most visited area by the rescue team. People get hurt. You will have to pay for a rescue if you get hurt in here, and it's also private property. You'll probably be ticketed for trespassing or prosecuted for trespassing. So don't go up here anymore. It's just not a thing. Maybe at some point they will build some kind of a staircase up here, and this will open up to hikers, and that would be great. But for now, just enjoy the lower fall, and then when you're done, you're just going to go back the way you came, and yeah, that's the hike.